Spin Ultimate, official sponsor of Rise Up.
Today we're going to talk about marking against good hammer throwers. Throwers with dangerous overhead throws can pick apart a defense, and we need a way to put pressure on those throws without giving up the even easier break throws that can go flat on either side. The goal is to make every hammer thrower worry about a hand in the way. It doesn't have to be there, but they have to think that it could be. One way to do this is to start each mark by flashing a hand into the hammer zone. By setting that early, you can remind them that you're there, and lazy hammers or blades may be blocked. Later in the mark, when you do see a hammer, get your chest forward and your head back so that you can get a hand into the way and cause some pressure, but not give up the next break throw. We want to be quick to get our arms back down and defend other throws so that we don't give up easy backhands. Against good throwers, we need to be able to mark the hammer effectively. The problem with the hammer is that since it can go over the mark, we're unlikely to actually block the disc. Here, as Sam pulls his hammer up, Casey's going to get his right hand high, his chest forward, but his head back. That way he doesn't come in and foul Sam. Now, the biggest problem with this mark is that as Casey comes up, Sam can pull the hammer down and throw a backhand around. So as we come in, we need to think about bending our knees a little bit. Even though that makes us shorter, it'll allow us to react to the next throw. So Sam looking at a forehand, looking at a backhand, looking at a hammer, Casey goes up and head back, knees bent. Now when he comes back to a forehand or a backhand, there we're ready. Good. So all Sam's gonna do is when Nevin starts, Nevin's gonna make a couple of steps and cut. Sam's gonna hit him with the hammer and Casey will mark it. Good, and high, good. What we're looking for here is not to block the hammer, but to force it to be higher and floatier. Blocking the hammer is not a reliable strategy. Ready? Looking for chest close, head back, chest close, head back, and hand high, good. If we can make the thrower make steps while they throw their hammer, that's all to the good. Usually one hand up is enough pressure to make them step back, which is also going to make it floatier. When you do see a hammer, get your chest forward and your head back so that you can get a hand into the way and cause some pressure, but not give up the next break throw. The goal is to make every hammer thrower worry about a hand in the way. It doesn't have to be there, but they have to think that it could be. Good. Good. No hammer?
5.
Nice throw. Good. With great hammer throwers, we're not going to stop every hammer, and that's okay as long as we can put pressure on some of them and we don't give up any other breaks. One more thing that you can do with a great hammer thrower is that as Casey comes into this mark, so we'll have just Sam catch it to himself and start the mark, Casey can flash a hand up before the hammer is looked at, and that's going to tell Sam there's a hand there when you do go to throw it. So putting that, establishing that in Sam's mind, tells him the hammer is not a good option later. So Sam, catch it for yourself. Casey, go ahead and stop the hammer to start. Okay, now you're marked. Now Nevin will cut, and your hammer thrower thinks that they have to throw a little bit higher and a little bit farther away on the next one. So come in establishing that. Let's try it one more time. Ready, and go. Establish the hammer hand. Good. Now you're back to mark. Now they know that hammer hand is there. Good. Excellent. You'll know you're doing this well if the other team throws hammers that float. When you see the hammer turn over and start to float, it will give your other defenders a chance to make a block. You don't have to block a hammer to cause a turnover.